Guys, hello and welcome to Skycurser Daily number 74. I am Brad, and I am going to be working on some good things for Skycurser today. Last stream we finished up attract mode, and I should say all but finished up attract mode. It has a few touches that I probably have to update this evening. Also, at the end of yesterday's stream, we were working on a pause effect, and I did some reading after I got off stream last night. I think I found an easier way to do it than what I'm trying to do right now, and it'll probably work better overall. So that's what I'm going to focus on today, is pausing the game whenever Skycurser is dying so that the little HUD display can finish its animation and then re-pick up the game. So I think that's what we'll mainly be focusing on today, is a minor update to attract mode, which is making sure that if the sound is turned off, then for the operator menu settings, then we turn off the sound for attract mode. And I'll probably update the scripting for attract mode level 2. What else? And then I'll probably update the HUD display so that the HUD is still active when everything else pauses when Skycurser is dying. But in order to do that piece, I'm going to have to do some reading, so hopefully you guys can bear with me while I do some reading through some documentation and through some forums, just to make sure I do it right and get it right. I think I've got a good idea without looking anything up, so I'll go as far as I can, and then if we get stuck, we'll go do some looking up on some key pieces there. But for now, let's I guess I should mention one more thing. The last thing that I have to do today is make sure that I get a build completed in order for our users to be able to test the game. So have to get a build completed, and we have to be able to test this on our prototype cabinet, as well as another cabinet that is currently in the process of being built right now. So we're trying to test it on those settings for the motherboard and the PCB. So I think that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask questions. Don't hesitate, and love hearing about what you guys are working on, so please share what you guys are working on. In the meantime, I'm just going to start talking through exactly what I'm working on, and yeah, so I think I'd like to start out first, before I start updating attract mode. I think I'd like to start out where I left off yesterday, which is trying to activate the pause functionality. So I'm looking for this specific controller on that. I think that's either a helper or a controller. And here it is. It's way down here. I'm going to pull this guy up with everything else so I can see it right next to screen shake. Makes the most sense to me. Now, in terms of this guy, I want to see where this guy's instantiated at. I think he is instantiated when Skycurser dies, but let's just verify that. Script pause engine. So I need to see where this guy's instantiated at. And I really just want to comment this guy out. Yeah, so he is inside of a destroy event of Object Skycurser. So just stop it right there, and then I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm trying to determine the best place to put them. I think for now the best place to put them is going to be maybe a call to deactivate all. I'm gonna create a script to deactivate all, and that way, with the script, I can pass anything in, any object in, and let that object still be active. So script pause, and let's just make this simple. Script pause. Pass one argument in, at least for the time being. The argument is going to be object, which will not be paused, and it's going to be an optional argument. If argument count greater than 0, we're going to set a new argument or a new variable called arg0. Just basically shorten argument 0, and then say instance deactivate all. And I'll keep this pretty straightforward here. I'll just do it like this. And then just say arg0 there. Otherwise, instance deactivate all. And actually, this is supposed to be true or false. So as I'm just thinking through this in real time. We will say var I'll set a variable up here, var object boolean equals false. By default, if we don't pass anything in, object boolean will be false. If we do pass something in, object boolean will be true. And then we'll just pass in instance deactivate all, object boolean. And that will deactivate all instances except for the current instance that has been passed in. Right now I'm not doing anything with the object. We may do something with it here momentarily. So I think I'll create another script that will be basically script unpause. So pause and unpause, and so I think this will be fairly simple for the specific object we're trying to apply this to. We're only trying to apply it to this cockpit frame, and I know that the step event is calling a specific script. I am looking for that script at the moment. I wonder where the... I'm trying to see where this instance gets generated. So let's just go look for it. Object, cockpit, frame. Guy, cockpit, but where is... he's in the step event. I'm surprised. The step event of Skycurser and the destroy event of Skycurser. Let's look at these. These pieces are also part of that pause and unpause. So yeah, definitely didn't want that in there. Let's look at this guy cockpit frame. Good, okay, so this is where all the animations occur. I'm wondering in my mind if I have to if I should move these out of here, mainly because if the only thing active is the cockpit frame, then this will never run, and everything will essentially be frozen, and we don't want that. I don't see anything directly connected to Skycurser right here though, so this would be good. Everything else is connected via global variables. There's this right here. And we should be able to fix that. But where does he get created? I think he gets created right here. Yep, object cockpit frame. So that's fine for him to be created there. But I think we have to take everything else and move it out related to the cockpit frame and figure out what this piece is. I'm not sure what this is. I gotta figure that out. So I'm gonna copy that, do a global search, look for where it's called from. It's called in the create event and the step event, line 51. The create event is, got it. It's just to help determine how fast that occurs. Where is this called at? Step event line 33 and 37, so there may be a couple other things that I need to move out of here. Yeah, gun count, thumb count, classes count. Nothing, these are not things that we would have any trouble transporting just straight over to the cockpit frame. So let's go ahead and start on this. I think this is all we have to move over there. So let's take this guy. Let's do what I normally do, which is make sure we don't get ourselves into trouble transporting all this, and just comment it out temporarily and then bring it back as soon as, or remove it all the way as soon as we're positive it's been transported properly over to the other script. So we're going over to the, we'll come back to this stuff. We got to go over to the cockpit frame, step event, and drop this code into the step event. I think I'm going to drop this to the bottom of everything because I don't want anything else trying to run if the cockpit frame is destroyed. That's generally how I handle this. Cool. And you'll see here that I tried actually doing something like this the other day, but I realized I'm positive where I fell short at, so we're just going to keep migrating here. Okay, so the first thing I see that needs to come over are these counters. I think I'll just leave them like this and then just pull the counters over exactly as they are from the create event in object Skycurser. And it looked like they were all right here. The speed helper, I'm not sure what else uses this. Let's just go ahead and see if there's anything else. There's a reset game speed helper. Is a speed helper declared inside of here? Just in a comment. Oops, I accidentally clicked the exact same thing. Let's go to the next one. Comment, good. So everything else is inside of Skycurser. This one is inside of a comment. What happened to my search frame? There it is. Okay, this is in the create event, good. The next four should really be right in the create event, and what's this one? Should be the last one. So, good. So I think honestly, if we move these out of here, just right over to the other one. Now I realize I'm not doing what I said and commenting things out, so let's just focus on getting them over here properly. And yes, I have lost code transferring it from one place to another before. That's why I'm generally so careful. GameMaker's not always the best or most friendly about undoing a change if you close a file. So if you cut something from a script or an action / event in or script inside of GameMaker, and then you close it, and then you go to another file, and you either accidentally copy something instead of paste or something like that, you can't open that other file back up and just get it back. So that's why I try to be extremely careful. But nonetheless, it looks like we got them all transported over here properly. I'm completely fine with that. Let's look at this. The script guy cockpit stuff looks good to me. Let's go verify it real quick and make sure everything looks the way we think it should look. Cockpit action, good. I don't see this guy. We might need to remove, because if any of this code right here is dependent on Skycurser to exist, we may end up freezing our game, and that's what we're trying to avoid here. So once again, let's just cut this guy out, put him at the end, comment it out, and all these others are global variables. So the reason why we're trying to pull everything into this one object is because from what I was reading, when you do an instance deactivate all, and I've also experienced this when I've tried testing instance deactivate all, there has been issues where basically everything on screen disappears, and even though I have passed in a boolean into instance deactivate all, the boolean is supposed to say if set to true, whatever object called this, then that means that that object will not get deactivated, but all the other objects in the room will. And in that way, you're allowed to take one object and let it finish doing whatever it is that it's doing, and then whenever it's finished being complete, you then reactivate all instances, and it should, everything should pick up where you left off. Now, the trick to this, from what I was reading, is that I'm going to have to do some things with capturing surfaces, view surfaces inside of GameMaker, and I've only had limited experience with that in terms of building a screenshot capture, and that wasn't flawless, so I may have to do a little bit of reading on that, but I think we're on the right track so far in order to get this right, and so I'm just going to keep moving forward on this. Okay, I'm really happy with the way that looks. And so the last thing that I'll want to do is make sure that we can verify that the cockpit is going to work on its own without any input from Skycurser. And if we have input, it would only be like a global variable or a check against something that is Skycurser. Yeah, so this is maybe not the best way I want to handle this, especially since we're doing a check for Skycurser right there. There is a slide in if Skycurser doesn't exist, apparently. Or hide is equal to false. So I might just leave that alone for now. In the meantime, I'm looking at every other piece of this. I'm going to change this false to here. And I'm going to just remove the is equal to true, because that's what that evaluates to. If you put an exclamation point in front of it, it evaluates the false, so unfortunately GameMaker follows that coding standard. Everything else is looking good so far. Now this is interesting, but I may not need to worry about it right now. The reason why this is interesting is because I have all the controls. I may need to separate out all the controls from Object Skycurser. Right now all my controls are right in that, all the things that allow the controls to work for the Skycurser jet are inside of the Skycurser object. But I may just need a helper object. I'm not sure. I think I can leave that alone for now. Don't see anything else that would make me believe that this isn't going to work yet. The nice thing about doing it this way is that, in general, when Skycurser doesn't exist, then this thing doesn't exist. So I'm concerned about what's going to happen with this right here. If I deactivate all, I'm pretty sure that's like killing an instance of Skycurser. I'm not entirely convinced yet that instance deactivate all actually pauses everything. I'm not sure. All right. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is control instance deactivate all from here. So I think what I'll do is the moment that we hit frame 78, we're going to run script pause, pass in the object, and we're going to pass two things into this. I'm going to modify how this works just a little bit. So argument 0, so I might have to modify this call in other places, but argument 0 will be object cockpit frame, and argument 1 will be the specific cockpit action. Let me make sure no other argument 0s exist. Okay, that's good. Argument 0, do you exist anywhere? Nope. Okay, so I think we're good there. So I think I can shorten some of these pieces here. Should update everything that I can related to object cockpit frame. I'm going to pass in arg0, you guessed it. Okay, that looks correct to me. Last but not least, when we hit greater than or equal to 92, we say script unpause. And that's just a straight up unpause. I'll do this exactly when we hit 92. I could maybe, yeah, I will set a variable in the pause script . And I could do this in a couple of other ways, but by just simply looking to see if the game is paused through this. But in this way I can just call the script as well. Either way will work. But we will set this variable inside of pause. And we will set this variable again inside of unpause. And I can, in this way, make sure that I only run this once. Hey Russ, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Script is paused, then script pause. The reason why I'm doing this check together is because there's a possibility, depending on what my current room speed is, that I hit this right here multiple times. So adding this piece right here allows me to only hit it once because I unpause it immediately following this one call. So I think that's good. Do I have object Skycurser in here anywhere else? I don't think I do. I might have it in step event here in a couple of places, but nothing that should prevent, well, this is the only one I'm concerned about right here, whether or not Skycurser exists. If that's a problem, and when we deactivate Skycurser, we lose our object cockpit frame, then what shall we do? I think we'll set a variable when Skycurser dies. It'll be a global variable, and then when Skycurser comes back, we'll change the variable, and then we'll only check for the variable here. We won't check for the instance existing. And that could still be a problem right here, I guess. Because I would still be removing based on Skycurser being alive or not, which is generally how we want it to work, but I don't want to remove it if we have the game paused. So let's just try to do and not script is paused. So we'll just have that checked. Because if it's paused, we don't want to destroy the instance. So I think we're good in that instance. And this right here doesn't affect us at all. We should literally only be hitting this ever. So let's try this all and see if we have any errors. pull up the compile window as soon as GameMaker gives me control back.
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
What's our bug here? I never updated this everywhere. So let's update that and also remove this show debug message that's showing the current room. Script that we basically removed for now, so we shouldn't see any extra feedback for now on that. Script guy cockpit. Okay, I'm fine with all that, not having the correct information because not calling it from there anymore. It looks like the only other place we're calling it from is the step event here, and so this is the step event of the cockpit frame itself, so this should be a really easy update. This is all I want to add to each piece. That check was no longer necessary because we're inside of the cockpit frame, and there's no reason to check for whether or not it exists because that code won't execute unless it does exist. And this would be self.override. So the only thing that we might run into an issue with is if this is too short for this to actually hit the unpause. So we may end up removing this altogether, but we'll just see. So I think that should be it. I don't think we should have any more issues with it. I missed one right here. Try again. It is. Oh wow.
Skycurser. Mission 1. Death at dusk.
Invalid comparison type. What's our bug here? Line 10. It is having a problem finding argument 1. Called from line 31 here. So let's go look at that real quick. Why all of a sudden does it think I might not have updated the switch case? So let's go. Yeah, this needs to be 1. And instance exists is object cockpit frame. That's fine. Okay, so that should solve it. Let's try that.
Mission 1.
Okay, here we go. You guys ready?
At dusk. Go.
Try this. Ooh. Oh man, that's good. That is good. Wow, that was actually exactly what we need to happen. Now the only difference that we'll do here, that was pretty funny. The only thing different that we'll do, I noticed there was a couple things going on there. One, we will make sure to do a little bit of research on view surfaces now. And the other thing that I wasn't able to confirm was that the game was going to unpause. I would like to figure out if I can confirm that. And that there may be an easier way to do this. So the die script is here. I think we could take this guy out of here and just put him a little bit sooner, actually quite a bit sooner, and just say something like 82, something really ridiculous, to see if it will unpause as we hope it does, before I do the research to pause / take a snapshot of everything that's on screen so it looks like it's remaining there, and then remove the surface eventually. So in the pause script, we'll take a snapshot. In the unpause, we'll remove the snapshot when we activate everything.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Oh yes, it worked. It worked. That was tight. Oh man, that is gonna be so good. Okay, so I might back this up to something. Let's try like 91 or something. And then the last thing that we have to do is a little bit of research on how to take a snapshot of everything that's on screen. Because the second that everything gets deactivated, it is really the same time we need to take the snapshot. So let's do that real quick. In fact, I'm going to start at Game Maker and look through their documentation here to see if I can understand it from here. Might be as simple as surface copy. Surface create, set target, draw clear alpha. I'm not sure what that would be for. Surface reset target, view surface ID at 0. So apparently you can save multiple surfaces. target is then set to the new surface, which is cleared and made transparent before having the drawing target reset to the display. Finally, the surface is assigned to a view. Let's see what surface set target does. Set all further drawing to the target surface rather than the screen to only draw specific things to the specified surface. Nothing will be on the screen as all further drawing, even other instances, will be done on the surface. Ooh. You should also realize that nothing will be seen if the surface itself is not drawn on the screen in the draw event of an instance. You can check the return value of this function too as a debug tool to check whether the surface target was set or not, with a return value of 0 being a failure to set the target and any other positive value being a success. Surfaces are stacked, so you cannot jump from target to target and then reset to the normal draw target at the end, but rather you must open and close rendering targets. For example, this will not work correctly. Set target, set target, set target. Instead, you must reset the target for each of the surfaces that you set, much like you must use opening and closing brackets for code blocks. So the above could be written as either this or as this. So surface set target, reset target, surface set target, reset target. Got it. Okay, surfaces, yes. You should note that surfaces require large quantities of texture memory. Keep them as small as possible. Normally you try to keep them no larger than the size of the viewer display window. Third, you should try to draw the surfaces in the draw event. This is not always possible, but due to the optimized way in which GMS Studio draws to the screen, it is recommended that you keep all draw functions within the draw event. Fourth, when drawing to a surface manually, the surface is always at the position 0, 0. This means that you need to convert absolute coordinates in local coordinates for the surface. For example, if you have a view-sized surface and wish to draw something that's currently in view to that surface, you should subtract the view x and y coordinates from the actual x and y coordinates to get a relative position to the surface 0, 0 position. So the code would look something like this. And it would go to the view x view and the view by view. Yeah, that makes sense. Copies a source surface into a destination surface. Okay. So it sounds like you do a surface create, surface at target, surface reset target, thing is, I will literally want to copy everything on screen, so I'm probably going to have to, let's keep reading for a minute on surfaces. Destroys the surface, freeing it from memory. Okay, so use surface free when you're finished. Got it. Surface save. Save the surface to disk. With the given file name, surface must be saved as a .png format. Ah, okay. That just sounds like a screenshot. Got it. Part of the surface. Okay, very interesting. Surfaces. Man, I don't want to like copy every single thing. First off, let me check something. Yeah, so that was literally just a screen save function. Let me see here. Is there a surface create from screen function that I missed? Nobody's using surfaces. But I think it's mainly because they're like an advanced concept. A screen is a default surface that draw underscore functions are painted on. The screen is cleared every step of the game. This is how we get the illusion of moving objects, because they're constantly being cleared and drawn in a new position and appear to be moved across the screen. This is why things drawn in a step event will not show up, because the screen is cleared at the end of the step. And all your object draw events are called. The screen surface size is room underscore width by room underscore height. Custom surfaces can be a size of your choosing and are not restricted to the room size. Also, it is very important to note the following things about surfaces. You should never change the drawing target while you're actually drawing on the screen. That is, never use it in drawing events. This will cause serious problems with the projection and viewport. Never change the drawing target while you're actually drawing on screen. Surfaces do not work correctly with 3D mode. You can use them while not in 3D mode before using them, but once you start 3D mode again, the surfaces will be destroyed. For reasons of speed, the surface is maintained in video memory only. As a result, you might lose the surface when the screen resolution changes or the screensaver pops up. Surfaces will not be saved when saving a game. And finally, not all video cards support surfaces. Certain video cards will not display surfaces properly. Some give awful background effects when transparency is supposed to be drawn. Others simply refuse to even create the surfaces. When coding surfaces into your game, it is suggested that you either warn people of the system specs or provide alternatives in your game for users that run into such errors and cannot play the game. For example, you could have an option that allows the user to turn off surfaces. They may not get nice screen scaling or miss out on some nice special effects, but at least they won't be completely alienated from the game. Create a surface. Next, indicate that the further drawing should happen on this surface. From that moment on, all drawing functions operate on the surface. Once you are done, you reset the drawing target, and further drawing happens on the screen again. In the previous step, I drew our subject onto the screen using Draw Sprite. Now, how would one go about drawing Mr. Ball onto a custom surface here at this step? Create the surface, change the drawing target. After this function has been called, switch the drawing target back to the screen. And set target Draw Sprite. This seems a little bit problematic, like it might not work. And it's done. What happens when I put that object in the room? Nothing, because what I'm looking at is the screen, not my surface. Nothing has been drawn on the screen yet, which is why the display is empty, but now I've reset the drawing target to the screen with surface reset target, so now all I have to do is draw the surface to the screen. Draw surface. Got it. So on the pause step, Draw Sprite, reset target. Like the screen are not automatically cleared each step, so every time I draw on a surface, I draw on top of whatever already exists on that surface. If I want to clear a surface, I have to use the following code, which I have placed in the object press enter event. Draw clear alpha, surface reset target. Clears the whole surface, color black, alpha 0, As a result, the surface is cleared and is now completely transparent. Similar use, draw clear, you want the surface to be black. So where do I put the surface set target? It seems like I do it in the draw event. Surface create, set target, draw, reset target, and then draw surface, I'm sure. Okay, well, the only problem is I need to basically populate all the objects on screen, all the draw events into this one surface. So somebody tell me how to do that. GMS, surfaces, screen capture. Yes. Ooh, this is good. Is that a real function? One that has not been deprecated yet. No. Ooh, sprite create from surface. It's been deprecated. Okay, so now that I understand surfaces, I just need to finish up here. Oh, look at this. Depending on where you call the function of the results will differ. If you don't want the GUI layer, then you can call before, but if you do want the GUI elements, then you save the draw GUI, you save after the draw GUI event. So if I'm looking at an object, this guy right here, add event, draw, look at that, draw GUI end, that would be perfect. Or post draw. But I'm not convinced I can put a PNG. Can I create a sprite from a PNG on the fly? That's the question. So if I can, then I can do this programmatically. Sweet, look at that. Adds an image from a file to the set of sprite assets. File name. So I think I can do this. Screen save, sprite add. And then sprite add to surface. What's up, yo? Surface. Draw sprite. Draw sprite. Draw sprite. Draw sprite. Yes. Draw sprite. Which subimage? X, Y. Okay, so I need to write some of these down. Pause event for guy cockpit on Skycurser dev. So pause screen would be surface create. I know draw sprite is in there. I know screen save is in there. I know sprite add. Yeah. Sprite add adds a sprite from a file. Then we would take that sprite and do a draw sprite, and we would but we would set the target first. So let me see, I don't remember off the top of my head what the name of the surface method is called. Surface set target. It's got to be set target, right? Yeah. Surface set target. And I actually think I'll pull these guys down here. Surface set target to this. Draw sprite, surface reset target. Right? Yep, reset target. And that should do it. And that's all on pause. On unpause, we would file delete the sprite. was created and we would say surface free, and then instance activate all. So we will say right here, screen save, instance deactivate all immediately, sprite add, surface exists, surface create, surface set target, draw the sprite, reset the target back to the application surface, and then on unpause we delete the sprite that we created, we free up the surface because we no longer need it, and we activate everything back up. Boom. I think that might do it, guys. I think that might do it, and that would be tight. So let's try it. I think we have to do it all in the post draw. Let's try post draw first, because that would snapshot all the GUI as well. Save this to, I don't know, pause snapshot.png. I'm guessing that'll save right into the file, right into the working directory, and then say instance deactivate all, and actually I think we'll call we'll put this in the pause script. Thinking. Yeah, let's do this. If global dot pause. I'm going to set instance deactivate all right here, and remove it from the pause script. And technically, make this really simple. Okay. Deactivate all. Get out of here. Sprite, add. File name. So I think we're going to have to watch this one. Too. Yeah, see, look, everything that I want is obsolete. Create from screen, add sprite. What a joke. And I use the application surface right here. Can I copy the application surface? If I can do that, a lot of this will be unnecessary. GMS, copy, application surface. Look at that. Oh, look at that. You can do that. You can do it, apparently. Oh, man. That'd be good. I think I can just reference that. Now that I'm thinking through this, I think I can just reference application surface. So I think I'm just going to try to say surface copy application surface, and I won't have to do all this. Won't have to do all this screen save nonsense because, man, I would rather not have to do it like that. And sprite add and then destroy the sprite. So let's create our surface first. By 240. Why is this having a problem? Oh, I see. So we create the surface, we do a surface copy, destination would be surf, X and Y would be 0, 0, source would be surf, application, surface, yeah, deactivate. Let's not deactivate until, well, I guess we can keep it like that for a minute. So let's not recreate the surface each time. We created it. Let's look at what we have written down here. Surface set target. No, we don't need to do that. Draw sprites. Well, draw sprite was going to be necessary. I don't think we're going to do that now. Now we can just say draw surface. Surf. And this in here at the 0 and 0 position. And surface reset target. So I think we'll do a reset target before we draw surface. Surface reset target. Let's just deactivate all. I have to do a surface. No, I don't think I have to do a surface reset target or a surface set target because I've done a surface copy. I may not even have to do a reset target. I'm gonna try to do it without it actually. Draw the surface. And then so that should do it right there. And then no need to delete the file. We'll just free up the surface. We should have one more piece here, which will be something like, and not script is paused, and same thing, cockpit death. Then we do surface free, surf, right? And of course we'll just go ahead and check for it first. I just read it, but so we set the target to my surface, we clear it, we reset the target to the screen, and then we free it. Then we activate all. Here we're going to do this might do it. Cockpit depth is the only thing I have to address at this point. Alright, let's see. Let's just try it. I already see a bug. I wish I could interrupt the compiler. I'm going to do that. I don't know if there is. One more time.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk.
Can't find the global.pause, so I think I need to set global.paused in the persistent controller first. Again.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk.
I guess I have to set cockpit depth in the create event first.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
Copy, board, notepad. Yep. Alright, line 10, it's having a problem with. Close, yeah, I know. I've had this issue before where GameMaker doesn't know what to do when I do a check for a surface. Maybe I do a surface create in the create event. I think that's what I'll try first before I go looking it up. To set one more variable here based on the way that this is changing. Surface copied back to false, but then have one more piece here, which would be okay. Let's try again.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
I need to see some debug messages. I think what happened was this didn't ever get set to true. Let's just force it to be true inside of here. try it.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Come on, come on.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Ooh. So it is listed as paused and unpaused. The interesting thing is that it went to unpaused before it went to pause. Unless I just wrote that incorrectly. So how would it be hitting? Let's try that.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Well, it was paused, but the animation never hit the right frame, and or the surface that we drew to got destroyed first. Oh, the other thing is, this may actually need to be in the draw GUI end event, because if I don't have access to draw and post draw, which it looks like I should, can I draw and post draw? Let's just look that up real quick. Wow. So let's try doing this. Let's modify one piece to this, which is related to the deactivation. We verified that we could get it to work if we did it sooner. Let's try moving this to 85 real quick. See if that changes anything. Oh, we've got two of these happening, so I'm gonna have to cancel that. Delete this guy. Try this one more time.
Mission 1. Death at DOS. Go!
Okay, so that partially works. I want it to happen a little sooner. But the downside is I never saw the surface come up. I should have seen like at least a paused surface. I saw it go black, but I didn't see it pause. We need to see some more debugging here. Good. Way better in terms of chain of events there. Yeah, man, it's close. It's close. We get it. We get it.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Okay. Ooh, it is hitting us. That's good. And it's only hitting on one step. That's really good. And it's only destroying it one step. That's really good. Okay. Just do something crazy like this. Surface, set target, my surface, copy, surface, reset target, and then draw. Let's try that.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Ooh, saw something. Wonder if I need to deactivate first. Yeah. I did deactivate first.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
What am I missing? I think I've got an idea of what to do. Let's see if that changes anything. If this doesn't work, I'm going to look up to make sure I'm correctly copying the application surface.
Mission 1. Death at DOS. Go!
Okay, so something's a little weird there. Let's look at our output real quick. And all that looks right to me. Bye-bye. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna modify that right now, but cool. Let's just check this out.
Mission 1. Death at DOS. Go!
gotta call draw surface. Set target, click here after create. Need to look at surface copy real quick. Then maybe surface to copy the other surface too. I think I've got my surfaces backwards as well. Oh, that's right. This guy is saying we have to run draw surface every single time, not just the one frame. Surface, set the target. Draw this surface. He's just taking the application surface and drawing it right onto the SS surface. And then resetting the target that resets it actually to the application surface, and then you're drawing this surface. The problem is I only want to copy the application surface once and then draw reset target all the rest of the times. Okay, let's see if that'll do it. Do it. Make it so, number one.
Mission 1, Death at DOS.
Oh, that did it. That did it. But the size was not correct. What was going on with that? Great. Why is the size not correct? Let's just do this. Man, looks like I'm forgetting all my... Just do it, man. Just draw it correctly. Try it again.
Mission 1. Death at DOS. Go!
What in the world?